Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a reading for the sign of Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, and their twin flame connection. Taurus, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to you to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings though, and if you're interested in signing up for one or in making a donation, information regarding that can be found in the About section of my YouTube page, and I thank you so much in advance. So, if you are here for a twin flame reading or just here for a channeled message, I just want to welcome you in. But I am reading for people who believe they are in a twin flame connection or are curious about the twin flame dynamic. In a nutshell, the twin flames are two people who share the same soul. One soul, two bodies. And there are many videos on YouTube that go into the twin flame dynamic in great detail, which I cannot do for you here and do it justice and do the reading. But there's a runner and chaser dynamic. There's one runner, run chaser, and a separation period. So the chaser is usually the person, the twin that is more spiritually inclined, and they recognize when they meet their twin that it is their divine counterpart, it is their one and only, and are willing to be all in. And the runner is so overwhelmed by that they just bolt. They may recognize that this is their one and only, but it's too much for them to bear. It's too much responsibility. You know, when somebody loves you that much and you aren't ready or feel that you are deserving of a pure kind of love, it can be really overwhelming. So the separation period between the twins involves a spiritual awakening. And because it's all about not focusing attention on your twin and focusing attention on yourself. And during that time, you spiritually ascend, and hopefully the runner will also spiritually ascend, and then you can come together in union if you so wish. There are some people, some twins that don't want to reunite with each other, and that's perfectly fine. You can always be with a twin soulmate, but you know, I would assume, and maybe this is a wrong assumption, that if you're watching a twin flame reading, that maybe you just want to understand the dynamic between you two. But a lot of twins, I don't know many twins in real life, which is at least none that I've been able to identify. I know at least 3 twin flames, people in twin flame dynamics. And some are runners, some are chasers. Actually, are they all runners? I'll have to think about that. I am a twin flame, and I am currently in separation with my twin. So I wanted to do these series of readings when I started my YouTube channel to be able to help the twin flames out there. Lots of people don't believe in twin flames, and that is their prerogative. But when you're in a twin flame dynamic, it's hard to explain it to people, and you don't have to. You don't have to justify it. So ultimately, the whole purpose of twin flames in the earthly plane is to spiritually ascend and then raise the vibration of humanity one step at a time. One step at a time. I'm going to be doing your reading today with the Way of the Panda Tarot, and pulling a card for the overall energy of the twin flame dynamic from Caroline Mrs. Archetype Cards. So Taurus, these cards have been pre-shuffled. I'm just going to shuffle one more time. Let's get your card for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising. Thank you. Taurus. The word you got is detective. Detective. There are light attributes and shadow attributes. Light attributes, great powers of observation and intuition. desire to seek out the truth. The shadow attributes, voyeurism, falsifying information. This definitely reminds me of the Page of Swords card in the tarot. Little bit of a spy. This is kind of a funny picture. She's got the book, but there's a hole in the book and she's kind of peering through like, I see you. A little bit of peekaboo. Oh, I just saw, Spirit just showed me a rather intimate moment between you and your twin. I don't know, this might resonate with one single person out there, but maybe you played a little peekaboo with your twin in the sheets. I saw that very clearly. And it had to be you, because I never did that with my twins, so I feel like it was you, Taurus. That's sweet. And then the hard reality sets in, and you're just like, what a jerk, right? But detective would seem to suggest, okay, maybe that's why you're reading, or you're watching this reading right now, because you want to know more. 4 cards for the base spread, 4 cards for clarifier. The first 2 cards will be your energies. The second 2 will be your twins. The third will be the dynamic, and the fourth will be advice from Spirit. Four cards came out all in the reverse. Okay, that's it. 8 cards out on the table. Okay. First 2 cards describe your energy. You have the Knight of Wands in the reverse. Knight of Wands typically talks about somebody who is very, very passionate. Forward mover, mover and a shaker. Kind of plowing through the bamboo forest, as it were. Determined to go after what they want. But a little bit of a player energy sometimes. A little flash in the pan. But this is you right now. I don't want to be a flash in the pan. I don't want to be somebody unreliable. Somebody that's just all about the passion. If you get my drift. Clarified by the Fool energy in reverse. Okay. So Fool, it starts the major arcana of the tarot. Major arcana is the first 22 cards of the tarot deck, which are the strong, divinely guided energies of the tarot. The minor arcana are the cards that describe the actions of the everyday, the material, the 3D world, the actions that you and I can take. So when we, I got such a weird feeling just now that I was talking to a friend. That was like weirdly overwhelming. I had this overwhelming feeling of love and generosity. So that could be your energy right now, Taurus. That was kind of a new feeling for me. Not the love and generous. I feel like I'm a loving, generous person, but like to experience that feeling in a reading like in that way, it was like it boiled up in me to the point where I almost cried. It's like I had to catch myself. That was such a strange sensation, I'll tell you. It's not a bad thing. It was like I wanted to. The word that Spirit wants me to say is take you under my wing, and I don't mean that in a belittling way in any way. It's almost like little sister, little brother, come, let me put my arm around you, let's walk this path together. Like that. Like soul to soul. I felt that very strongly, Taurus. God, that was such a beautiful feeling, but it was like, whoa. It was a lot. The Fool energy in the upright would talk about somebody who just wants a new start, wants to take a great leap of faith. You know, the tarot is all about the story of the Fool. That's why he's the number 0 card. It's like the Fool's journey. You know, nothing with but the clothes on your back, and just say, let's go, Spirit, let's do this. Let's do this. Right? In whatever endeavor that we're talking about, but this is in the reverse. So I don't know if I'm talking to runner or chaser yet. I almost want to say I'm talking to the runner, but take it as it resonates. It's almost like I don't want to run. I don't want to be a flash in the pan, but I don't know where to start. I don't know how to ground myself. It's a hell of a thing for a Taurus to say, since you are the earth sign. But you don't want to ground yourself because you want the Fool energy, right? Or maybe you've been in the Fool energy too long, just taking a lot of risks, and you're trying to hold back. I need some clarification, clearly. Let's see. Judgment in the reverse. Okay. I think I am speaking to the runner, because Judgment in the upright would be somebody who is like really looking, staring down the face, right? This is like a horn, and like the archangel is blowing the horn saying, follow your life path, you know? But in the reverse, it's almost like you can't see what your life path is at this time. You know, maybe that's what you're doing a little bit of research and reading on. Spirit is calling you. Oh wow, this whole flock of birds just flew right by my window. I'm on the 3rd floor, but it was, I don't even know, it's probably like 40 of them just flew right by. It was so beautiful. What does that mean, Spirit? Okay, it's almost like for so long you've been being carried away with the status quo. Like, you've wanted to fit in, and in the attempt to fit in, which is not to say you didn't do that very well, but like, there's a part of yourself that you denied, that you, there's some part of you that yearns for something different. And I'm not saying go out there and quit your job or, you know, whatever. That's not what I'm saying. But there could be a calling that you have. Maybe you're a writer, painter, photographer. Maybe you like to fix old cars or dance. Maybe you want to go back to school and become a doctor. I don't know. Maybe you want to travel the world and join the Peace Corps. I don't know. Spirit is really heavily saying it's time you figure out what that is. Sometimes when I do private readings and the Judgment card comes up, I'll propose the question in this way, and I'll say, God, is the light too bright on me? I think it is. I will say, think back to a time when you were young. What is it that you had a natural proclivity towards? Like, what did you do really well and you just loved to do it and you didn't even have to think about it because you were that good at it, right? Answers are varied. Some people are like, well, when I was young, I used to be really good at math, or I used to just love dancing, or whatever. For me, just as an example, I was a very visual person, and I always gave really good advice. Like, even when I was in elementary school, I was the friend, I was like the steady friend, and I still have friends from elementary school, and you can ask them. Like, I was the steady friend that like was like rock solid friend, gave rock solid advice. I just seem to know things, but like hopefully not in a know-it-all kind of way, but just like I seem to like know the answer to things. Not like math problems, not like that, but just like life things. I realize now I was just channeling that whole time, and it would make sense that I would be interested in pick up tarot because it's a highly visual medium. So you combine a natural proclivity to all things visual mind, and learning visually. I learn visually. I have a lot of spatial awareness. And that kind of advice giving component, and here we are, you know. Did I quit my day job? No, I didn't. no, I didn't. But I had my spiritual awakening, is what happens with twin flames, and I started to read tarot. So whatever it is, it's, if you're doing that detective work right now and you're looking, think about who you were as a kid. What toys did you like to play with? Where did your imagination lead you? And think about if that has followed you into your adulthood. And if it hasn't, why didn't it? Why did you let go of the things that you loved? And I'm not saying this to you to make you depressed. I'm saying this to you to inspire you to revisit those things that you used to love. Maybe it was cooking. Maybe it was playing dress up. I don't know. Whatever it is, you're grappling with that at this time. My knees started shaking, like I'm nervous. I don't usually shake my knees. Something making you nervous? Does it make you nervous to actually go after the thing that makes you happy? I'm gonna pull one more card. This is so beautiful. I'm so grateful to Spirit. First of all, this is in your element, the Pentacles. This is Earth sign energy. But it's a Page of Pentacles. This is a very clear direction from Spirit in this moment, and I hope that you listen. Whatever it is that you want to do, that you love, even as a hobby, it just needs you to take one tiny little paw print at a time, one tiny little step. Plant a little seed, one little step towards it, one step at a time, because then the next day take another step, and another and another. This is Spirit speaking directly to you, because I asked for a clarifier on the Judgment card. Why aren't they following their calling, Spirit? Well, it requires them to take a step towards it. What is your twins' energy right now? And feel free to flip the energies, because twins mirror one another. King of Wands in the reverse. That's fire energy. King of Swords in the upright, that's air energy. Two kings. Two kings sitting with your divine counterpart right now. They are ignoring their passion centers in favor of rationality. And in that, they may be in a period of rejection of the twin flame dynamic. So if you are the runner, there may be a flip of polarities, like you may become a chaser. I don't think so, though, because even if they're the runner, they can still be rejecting it, right? Maybe reject is too harsh, but they're just trying to look at the facts, just the facts, ma'am. Maybe you're oh my God. That was not on purpose. That was completely channeled. It's like I stepped outside of my body for a moment when I said that. That's what detectives say. Just the facts. Just the facts, ma'am. Don't embellish anything. It's almost like they're telling themselves, don't get carried away with with your passionate endeavors and your loins, right? Let's just look at the facts. I just want the facts. Maybe your twin is or maybe you are in law enforcement. It's very specific for somebody out there. They want things to make sense. And when they don't make sense, they start to panic and lose a sense of control. Queen of Wands. Wow, okay. King of Wands, Queen of Wands, divine counterparts here, but it's coming for your person. I don't see this as another person in their life. I see this as them trying to balance the divine masculine and the divine feminine. Because right now this one is underdeveloped, right? Like, it's almost like they have all the great ideas. The queen is the one with all the great ideas. The king executes those ideas, manifests them. So I see your twin just full of great ideas and full of promise and full of intention, but not acting on any of it right now. Maybe they're too concerned with practical matters. Maybe your twin has a lot of responsibilities that they need to abide by. I'm going to pull one more for the King of Swords. What needs to be so rational, Spirit? Wow. Wowie, zowie, zowie. We got the Queen of Swords and the Ten of Wands in the reverse. So Ten of Wands in the upright is typically somebody who has like a really heavy burden. See how he's got all the 10 wands on his back? It's like a really heavy burden that he's trying in earnest to let go of, and he just can't right now because the card is in the reverse. But the Queen of Swords is here with the King of Swords. The Queen clarified the King. So your twin is doing a lot of work. They're doing a lot of spiritual work or a lot of work on themselves, because there's like alignment here. But it's all in the mind space. It's not in the heart, which is Wands energy. It's not in the heart space. It's all in the mind. They're trying to make things make sense in the highest form of that it can take. Right? And in that sense, here comes the detective work, research and reading. Asking questions and contemplating these hard things. So maybe if they're looking at the twin flame dynamic, they're just like, this makes no sense, or maybe it does make sense to them, but they don't know what to do with that information. What's the energy in the dynamic right now? Page of Cups in the reverse. And the Star. There's not a lot of movement towards one another. Page of Cups would talk about, just like you got the Page of Pentacles, take one step at a time. Page of Cups is also a step, but it's like an offer of love. But there is no offer right now. And if you're in separation, there's no offer. It's simply healing. It's solitary. The Star is Aquarius energy, and it talks about wish fulfillment and healing. That you both are in a solitary energy, that you're just trying to come to grips and grapple with what's going on right now. But you could be looking up at the same star and thinking about one another. Page of Wands, yep. Like 2 pages in reverse. There's nobody's, this may be you and them. You want to step towards each other, but you just can't right now. It's too painful. Not even a small step. Maybe because you both know that you're not ready. That's okay. At least you both know you're not ready yet. And what's advice from Spirit? The Hierophant in the reverse. Major Arcana number 5, representing Virgo energy. 8 of Pentacles. Card of hard work, discipline, and focus. So Spirit is saying, continue the hard work. Typically, this card would talk about consulting somebody who is a religious figure or a religious text, a spiritual text, somebody that you see as an authority in matters that are spiritual, but it's in the reverse right now. So, you know, maybe it's too difficult for you to ask Spirit about this connection, and you just want to focus on your work, focus on something else. Let me get a clarifier for that one. The Empress. That's beautiful. Taurus energy. You know, it's so funny that I said the Page of Swords, and all the other pages showed up with the Page of Swords. The Empress talks about, it's number 3, the Major Arcana. It's my favorite card in any deck is the Empress. The Empress knows her value. She knows what she's worth. She doesn't have to chase. So now Spirit is specifically, because I'm talking to you, Taurus. So beautiful, right? You showed up in your own reading. The last card of the reading. Boom, there you are. Remember who you are, is what they're saying. This is advice from Spirit. Remember who you are. Don't chase anymore. Attract. You are the great receiver. Manifest. Align your frequency with it, your vibration with it. Believe that you have it in your hand right now. Attract it. Do not chase. What a beautiful way to end this reading. That's what I have for you, twins. If this reading resonated, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, Taurus.